From the rumors of the Winchesters being canceled without a season 2, to Jensen hinting that we might get a glimpse of Sam in the next season, here's everything you can expect from the Winchesters season 2. Starting with, is it happening or not? It's not looking good, folks. The Winchester family visited the CW as part of the 2022 television debut. It was believed to be the glorious return to the supernatural universe for the first time, since the long-running series starring Jared Padalecki and Jensen Ackles ended back in 2020. And just like that, after we all fell in love with it, there's no assurance that the spin-off prequel will even get a second season. A huge period of transition is currently happening with CW, which saw a 75% ownership stake acquired by Nexstar, the biggest local TV provider in the US. Paramount Global and Warner Bros. Discovery, the network's previous equal owners, will each keep a 12.5% share in it. So the teen-focused network has already experienced numerous cancellations and a prioritization of content as a result of the change in leadership. These priorities have now made the Winchesters' future uncertain. And with the acquisition of the CW's majority ownership by Nexstar Media Group, there's an issue with the Winchesters that wasn't there during the Supernatural era. Apparently, they intend to renew a small number of scripted shows. So far, only All American has been renewed out of the current CW shows that aren't already scheduled to end, including The Flash, Riverdale, and Nancy Drew. There are only 2 scripted renewal slots left, if the early rumors regarding Nexstar's cuts hold true. So, fingers crossed. Before leading the spin-off, Robbie Thompson, the showrunner of The Winchesters, worked as a writer and executive producer on Supernatural for many years. And even though he doesn't have all the answers yet, he did provide some insights into the current state of affairs. Turns out the situation is very uncertain, and they're thinking of taking the show elsewhere if it doesn't get the green light on CW. Ugh. The CW's new president, Dennis Miller, was careful to emphasize that no decisions have been made yet for the upcoming season. So you can breathe. The show also got high ratings compared to other CW shows, and is a part of a well-known brand. So naturally, the second season of The Winchesters would be in the works if the ratings remained the same. And even if Robbie didn't say exactly where they might be headed if this doesn't work out, we can always speculate, right? So let's talk about what Season 2 could have in store for us. Showrunner Robbie Thompson teased some details about the second season of The Winchesters. We saw John and Mary Winchester meet, fall in love, and team up to battle the supernatural in the first season of the spin-off series. Dean Winchester, who also serves as the series narrator, was among the recognizable characters that returned for the first season of the show on the CW. And here's the good news. The Winchesters Season 2 is already in the works. Surprisingly, everything's going on normally on their end, even if the end of The Winchesters Season 1 was thought to be the series finale. Thompson says he has high expectations for what a Season 2 would bring us. Whew! A little birdie has told me that showrunners want to delve more into the relationship aspect of the show, and give us a wholesome backstory on the couple. Not just how they fall in love, but how they sustain it despite all odds. I don't know about you, but that calmed down the crazy superfan inside of me. Speaking of fans, you don't mess with these people, CW. In case you've been living under a rock, The Winchester Season 2 is being demanded by fans on social media. Despite the show's resounding fan support, the CW has yet to clarify whether or not it will be renewed, leaving viewers disappointed and in suspense. Fans of the program have filled Twitter with messages of love and support for the series, using the hashtag #RenewTheWinchesters. They're also all praised for the entire cast and crew, as well as the show's stunning cinematography and stunt work. Fans are excited to see more of the narrative and the beloved characters, so you guys better give them that. Well, a voice seemed to calm them all down, and it was none other than our dreamy Dean, according to actor Jensen Ackles. Future seasons of the spin-off series will include more cameos by well-known supernatural characters. In an interview, Ackles talked about the cameos of several well-known characters in Season 1 of The Winchesters, including his own return as Dean Winchester. When asked if other adored supernatural characters will also appear in upcoming projects, the actor gave a clue that more was planned for Season 2. In fact, his words were, "Of course, but I'm not telling you who." You know what? Just knowing that is enough. There's a treasure trove to pick from, he said. Imagine if it ends up being Sam. I'll talk about that in just a bit. But moving forward, there's apparently been a lot of inquiry from people who are steeped in the supernatural legend, who were curious as to why they hadn't received a call. To them, he says, wait until season 2. The actor emphasized wanting to produce the best series they can, so bringing back familiar faces is at the top of their list. Now, we gotta address some of those theories you all have for the next season. Leda and Carlos's adventure went more smoothly, but Roxy's story was painful and depressing. Still, viewers were glad to see she was no longer under a crit's control, even when Sam was possessed. The original series avoided emphasizing the trauma of the victims of possession, so fans were delighted to have this representation, which stood out from the others on the show. Who knows, maybe this is Roxy's tale of how she became such a badass hunter. Now, you can't not be wary of Leda and the new skills she is picking up. We're unaware of something about her, don't you think so? I'm wondering whether this whole thing has anything to do with her grasping onto the trickster in a mirror. What the Akrita wants with Dean is another intriguing question at hand. And why is it advantageous for the Queen to keep John and Mary around? Fans have a lot of assumptions, but it'll be a letdown if Dean Winchester is once again screwing things up by time traveling. They also appear to be setting up John and Mary as fugitives, which is another huge difference to Sam and Dean. See, continuity is key here. According to Redditors, the spin-off series will end with a mind wipe shortly before they encounter Azazel. Basically, John and Mary will eventually lose their memories, and Azazel is the demon who'd ultimately cause Mary's death and set the course for the 15-year-long supernatural. If this theory is accurate, it would explain why no one in the first season of the show knew that John and Mary hunted together before Sam and Dean. It's difficult to understand why their thoughts would need to be erased though. The only possible explanation is that a memory wipe would enable them to feel secure enough to have 2 kids, no? Guess we'll have to wait for the second season to get our answers. Which brings me to another question about a familiar face we've been missing in season 1. Jared Padalecki, Ackles' co-star, who plays Dean's younger brother Sam Winchester for 15 seasons, was mysteriously missing during season 1 of the spin-off series. At first, there was debate around Ackles' return to the brand. Also, several viewers hypothesized that Padalecki's removal from the Winchesters would mean a potential conflict between the 2 characters. Thankfully, despite the worries of fans, Padalecki and Ackles have now denied allegations of an apparently tense relationship. Jared also revealed that Ackles vowed to keep him updated on the Winchesters' upcoming developments. Keep your fingers crossed, guys. So, from Jensen hinting that we might get a glimpse of Sam in the next season, to the rumors of the Winchesters being cancelled without a season 2, that's everything you can expect from the potential next season of the spin-off series.